consider any other suggestions too.
Question to Dr. Elvin LEE. President, according to a research paper issued by the LegCo Secretariat last month, the unemployment rate of young people in Hong Kong has been rising in recent years. Last year, about 36,200 young people were NEETs. That is, young people not in employment, education, or training, accounting for about 6.3% of the total youth population. It has been reported that the development of AI has led to a reduction in the recruitment of young people for entry-level positions by enterprises. In this connection, will the government inform this council? 1. Whether the government will, in the face of the aforesaid situation, conduct a comprehensive review of youth policies and their actual effectiveness at a macro level, so as to improve the support for youth development and assist young people in seeking employment. If so, details. 2. Given that AI technologies are replacing some entry-level positions, whether the government will systematically introduce training in AI application skills for young people to help them acquire new skills, thereby enhancing their employability. If so, of the specific policy measures and implementation timetable. And 3, given that the proportion of needs among young people in Hong Kong is higher than those in Singapore and Japan, whether the government will formulate targeted support and publicity strategies to provide them with appropriate assistance, enhance their incentive to work, and motivate them to join the labor market. If so, of the specific details, if not the reasons for that. Second, Secretary for Labor and Welfare, President. The government attaches great importance to and is committed to promoting youth development. In consultation with the HYAB, the EDB, and the Census and Statistics Department, a consolidated reply to the members' question is as follows. 1. The government released a youth development blueprint in December 2022 outlining the overall vision and guiding principles for the government's long-term youth development work in future. In the blueprint, various policy bureaus and departments put forward over 160 specific actions and measures, with enhancing the employability of young people being one of the actions to be taken. The HYEB has been collaborating with various policy bureaus and departments to actively implement the blueprint and keep under review the latest developments in the society and young people community. Since the release of the blueprint, relevant policy bureaus have additionally introduced a total of about 130 youth-related measures, including initiatives to strengthen AI education and training. 2. The rapid development of AI brings challenges but also creates new opportunities. Various studies have indicated that while automation technologies such as AI could replace some existing jobs, they would also create new employment opportunities. Their impacts on the labor market are far-reaching, spanning across all trades and industries, as well as jobs on different levels. To keep abreast of the impacts of AI on Hong Kong's overall labor market, as well as various industries and occupations, the LWB is currently conducting a comprehensive analysis, and the findings of which will be incorporated into the midterm update of the manpower projection, which is expected for release in Q4 of this year. On education and training, the government has encouraged the UGC University Grants Committee funded universities to offer programs which cater for Hong Kong's development needs, expand the talent pool for important areas such as innovation and technology, and strengthen Hong Kong's competitiveness. The 2022 policy address set out a target that by the 2026-27 academic year, 35% of the students of UGC-funded universities will be studying STEAM subjects, and 60% will be studying subjects relevant to Hong Kong's development into the 8 centers, including an international INT center in the 14th five-year plan. In 2023, the UGC allocated $100 million to establish the Fund for Innovative Technology in Education, which aims to encourage universities to leverage technology to advance teaching, innovation, and enrich learning experience, fostering a new generation of well-rounded talent for the digital economy. In addition, the SSSDP's study subsidy scheme for designated professions or sectors implemented by the EDB subsidizes students to pursue specific programs that meet Hong Kong's socio-economic development needs. From the 2027-28 academic year onwards, priority will be given to the inclusion of AI-related programs under the SSSDP. Besides, the VTC has included relevant AI content in the compulsory modules on information technology for its higher diploma programs starting from the 2025-26 academic year, and the coverage will be extended to all HD programs by the 2026-27 academic year. The government is also preparing to upgrade the Employees Retraining Board to upskill Hong Kong, apart from continuing to provide dedicated training programs for young people aged 15 to 29, covering training on various vocational and generic skills. The board will also offer more skills-based training courses on areas such as AI applications to meet market demand. 3. Based on data from the Census and Statistics Department, from 2023 to 2025, the number of needs range from 33,700 to 36,100, accounting for 5.7% to 6% of the population in that age group, excluding foreign domestic helpers. Historical data reveals that even in years with robust economic growth and keen manpower demand in the labor market, the youth need rate in Hong Kong mostly hovered around 6% to 7%, which reflects that local youth generally require a longer time to explore their career directions and secure suitable employment, and therefore have longer job-seeking periods. The government has launched a number of comprehensive and diversified measures to assist and promote youth development. The generally higher unemployment rate among young people is primarily due to the fact that many of them are first-time job seekers lacking work experience. The Labor Department implements a youth employment and training program to provide dedicated and free training and employment support services to young people aged 15 to 29 with an educational attainment at sub-degree level or below. Employers engaging trainees in on-the-job training are eligible to receive a monthly on-the-job training allowance of up to $5,000 per trainee for 6 to 12 months. The Labor Department also operates 2 youth employment starts that are resource centers, which offer one-stop integrated support services on employment and self-employment. The Labor Department implements the GBA Youth Employment Scheme, encouraging enterprises to employ young people age 29 or below with sub-degree or higher qualifications to work in GBA mainland cities. Enterprises participating in the scheme may apply for a maximum monthly allowance of $12,000 for each Hong Kong young person employed under the scheme for up to 18 months. The department will review its services in a timely manner in light of changes in the youth employment situation. We have 15 members waiting to speak. Members, so please be brief. Dr. Elvin LEE, we have the employment rate between 2023 to 2025 increased from 8.7% to 11.2% with the decline in youth population. This is highly alarming. We need to make sure to facilitate youth development. We should perhaps provide incentives for them to work in mainland cities. I can see the government is committed in the government's reply. Do we have specific measures for incentives to employers for recent graduates or for needs employed by enterprises? We can provide to these enterprises some subsidies in emoluments and perhaps other incentives. Secretary, thank you, Dr. Lee, for the follow-up questions. We attach great importance to the youth employment issue, and in fact, we see this need situation in different locations. The SAR government has different support measures for learning and teaching, as well as their training needs after they have graduated. For those who have trouble seeking employment, we actually provide a $5,000 monthly allowance to employers to hire those who have difficulty seeking employment. In the long term, we will also conduct timely reviews on youth employment policy. Thank you. Mr. Tam Chun Klo. Thank you. I can see in the main reply that local youth need more time to explore career directions and find jobs suitable for them, so they have longer periods of unemployment. I want to ask if the government will have a career blueprint for emerging industries to set out in the next few years what new occupations there are, manpower demand, as well as what skills are sought after, so as to help youth formulate their future career directions. Thank you. Secretary, thank you for the suggestion. Member, in fact, for the manpower projection led by the LWB, we would have already identified where manpower demand lies. I believe it can provide some sort of direction to enterprises, youth, as well as job seekers in general. We will announce the updated findings in Q4 this year. Thank you. Mr. Wu Yingpeng, thank you. President, according to LegCo Secretariat's information, we have approximately 36,200 needs. The number is higher than that of Singapore and Japan, but there's no breakdown on the age group, education level, geographical location, as well as their period of unemployment. Will we have more detailed surveys conducted by the Census and Statistics Department so as to formulate targeted policies in response to the reasons of employment? Secretary, thank you. I will convey Mr. Wu's suggestion to the Census and Statistics Department. In fact, the CNSD already has some detailed reports on needs, but I understand the member probably wants even more data for policy making. I will convey your views to the department for follow-up. Thank you. Mr. Chen Cho-kwong. Thank you, President. I want to ask about the Continuing Education Fund. We have $25,000 available for members of the public under the fund. It can help equip skills for the members of the public, but people have to pay the expenses first before they apply for reimbursement. Can we learn from the practices overseas and have the government pay the relevant costs first? Secretary, indeed, we adopt a reimbursement approach for the CEF at the moment. Whether we will change the payment model, we do not have such plans at the moment. Since Mr. Chen made the relevant recommendation, when we review the operations of CEF, we will consider suggestion, but right now we do not have such plans. Thank you. Mr. Albert, thank you, President. The ERB will soon be upgraded to become Upskill Hong Kong, and the Financial Secretary said training related to AI will be provided so that youngsters and in service workers can learn more about AI. With the board being upgraded to become Upskill Hong Kong, how will it dovetail with the youth employment and training program of the LWB in future? Will we have dedicated AI training allowance or scholarships for youngsters to encourage them to equip themselves with AI-related skills? Thank you. Secretary. Thank you. With the YETP and the ERB and soon to be Upskill Hong Kong, they have different positioning. The YETP hopes to help youngsters find jobs. Upskill Hong Kong is more about providing skills-based training. We do have some allowances for youngsters, and please rest assured we will also have some courses linked to employment subsidized of Upskill Hong Kong in future. We will expand the scope of subsidies, and we will amend relevant laws With Upskill Hong Kong courses, there will be different types of allowance to match the different training needs of citizens, especially youngsters. Thank you. Ms. Jenny Man, thank you. President, there are different reasons for youth being unemployed. Sometimes there are positions available in society, but youngsters don't need to work and they don't want to work. They can just rely on their parents, and their parents are more than willing to have their children depend on them. Can we tell youngsters that they should be self-reliant, and we should also tell parents that they should not encourage their children to become needs? Thank you. Secretary. Well, this is more about social welfare, this question. There are different family issues. It depends on whether such families want help. It also depends on the degree. According to the data from the Census and Statistics Department, this situation is not unique to Hong Kong. We have actually less needs in Asia. There are more needs in Europe. But we are not neglecting the issue. We believe in the long term, if this is not dealt with, there are some long-term societal issues. So we already have some existing social welfare service units that can perhaps provide some sort of support to encourage youngsters to step out of their shell and find jobs and seek self-improvement. Thank you. Mr. Lau Kang, thank you. President, the Labor Department recently launched arrangements to have ethnic minorities, ambassadors to provide in-service training for EM youth. But often, EM youth face challenges such as cultural difference, making it hard for them to seek jobs. Can you share with us some data on unemployment rate on EM youth and how many EM ambassadors there are? Apart from having ambassadors, will you have specific support measures to support EM youth for employment? Thank you, Mr. Lau. I do not have such detailed figures. Please allow me to provide a written reply after the meeting to see if the Census and Statistics Department includes a breakdown on the figures on EM youth in their study, and whether unemployment rate wise we also have a breakdown specifically for EM youth. Regardless of whether we have relevant data, we do understand that EMs have greater difficulty in seeking employment. We continue to provide different forms of support. We have the EM ambassadors at employment centers of the Labor Department, as the member mentioned, to provide more opportunities for ethnic minorities, and there will be people who speak the same language to provide help when they're looking for jobs. Thank you. Mr. Andrew Yao, I would first like to declare I'm a member of the Council of Lingnan University. I would like to raise some concerns. Lingnan University is one of the first universities to incorporate service support in their curriculum. The university also actively promotes career support for their students, and the university also announces latest employment data of students. I want to ask if the government will refer to the institutional model to set up a unified youth employment tracking system. Second, well, you can only ask one question. Thank you. Secretary, thank you. Mr. Yao, I appreciate Mr. Yao's concerns for local youth. I understand Lingnan University has quite a unique system to provide support to their graduates. We will explore that further. As for whether we can construct a territory-wide system, I can't say for sure because we have to respect the practices of different institutions. But we are more than willing to learn from the good practices. Thank you. Mr. Lam Chun Sing, thank you, President. The government earmarked an additional $200 million for the re-employment allowance scheme. Of course, this is for middle-aged and seniors. Is there room for us to expand the relevant arrangements to needs? You can perhaps put in place a higher threshold. For example, if one has been unemployed for already a year, and if they can work for 1 whole year, a full-time job, they will receive some sort of subsidy. Thank you. Secretary, the re-employment allowance targets the middle-aged and seniors. We have this allowance because we know that they are of a higher age and they would not have rejoined the labor market without this incentive. As for needs, I'm not quite sure about the suggestion, whether it will work on them, whether it is applicable to them. We will need to explore the option. We need to make sure we target the needs of this group and have an appropriate model. We should not apply blindly the model for seniors to youngsters, but we will explore the suggestion. Thank you. Mr. Chen Pak-chi. Thank you, President. We have short-term and long-term needs. Would we have specific strategies for those who have social withdrawal systems or who are just have transitional trouble? Secretary, I understand transitional would be short-term, and for long-term, it's more about the hidden youth problem. In our social welfare system, we have quite a number of organizations providing support to hidden youth. We had personal visits before, but now more and more they are getting in touch with such youth online. The social welfare sector is working hard on this, but it's not just the social welfare sector. Families should also help so that we can resolve the issue of hidden youth. Thank you.
You.
Question 3, Mr.